Hey everybody, my name is Bezad.
My name is Teresa.
And we are here from Wonder Looper. And today we're going to be telling you all about our brand new Ultimate Pima Tsuriami t-shirt. Perhaps the most luxurious t-shirt ever created. And your first question might be, what the heck is Tsuriami?
Right. So Tsuriami machines are a type of knitting machines that is used to make fabric like this. And Tsuriami machines, it's often translated into English as loop wheel machines. But we just kind of didn't want to have any confusion with the wording. Tsuriami machine is just a very specific type of machine.
Yeah. Sometimes brands will use the word loop wheel in their products when in fact their garments are circular knit, which is basically the standard. There is a difference between a circular knitting machine and a Tsuriami machine. So we just wanted to make sure that you knew you were getting the real deal, centuries old knit garment on the Tsuriami machine.
Right. So Tsuriami literally means hanging knitting. So the machines are actually hang from the ceiling, and it just goes, the fabric gets made and it just sits, the fabric sits at the bottom. And this is a very slow moving machine because it can only feed one layer, one row at a time. So you're actually literally knitting, like when you hand knit, you just go one row at a time. So in industrial setting, we can only make 1 meter of fabric per hour. So it's very slow and efficient. And on top of that, these machines, like I said, the fabric just sits at the bottom. And then after the knitting part is done, you go and roll it onto a fabric roll. But with modern machines, you can actually, the fabrics are fed into the roll as they are being knit. So it basically adds some tension into the fabric. And the lack of that tension makes the Tsuriami knit fabrics very airy and it's very plump.
Right. It also has a natural stretch to it, which is really interesting. So Tsuriami machines, I guess the equivalent in the denim world would be like a shuttle loom. And when you look at shuttle loom denim or selvage denim, you can tell that it's made on a shuttle loom because you can see the selvage ear, right? So that's the indicator that it was made on the old machine.
Right.
And some people think that circular knitting is the indicator that makes it such that it was made on a Tsuriami machine.
Right. When the t-shirt has no seams, it's a tubular body.
But that's actually not the case.
Right.
The indication that it was made on a Tsuriami machine is the physical quality of the material. So it has like this stretch and bounce and airiness. And unless you really know, like you really have to know your fabrics to know whether or not something is Tsuriami or not.
And Tsuriami knitting is done only in a handful of factories in the world currently. And a few of them is in Japan and one in the Europe. And so it's a very rare fabric to begin with.
Right.
But so when we decided to make a t-shirt with a Tsuriami knit fabric, what we thought was, this is the top level of knitting, the top level of like how we make the fabric. But we can't just finish there.
This is Wonder Looper. We have to take the top and then we have to push it even further. So Tsuriami t-shirts are fantastic. They're top tier, but we wanted to make it with the top tier cotton available. And through all of our research and discovery, we found something called Ultimate Pima Cotton. This is the longest staple, organically grown cotton in the world. And it's not only the longest staple organically grown cotton in the world, it's among the top long fiber cottons, they call them extra long staple cottons in the world, grown conventionally or organically. And interestingly enough, this is grown in the United States, it's grown in New Mexico, so it's an American-made cotton, and it represents just a very, very tiny fraction of the world's cotton production. Like in the entire world, I got my numbers right here, 24 million tons of cotton are made per year. 342,000 tons is organic. So that's already a small percentage. 11 tons total are Ultimate Pima. And that 11 tons represents basically the top of extra long staple fibers. And so I think that's really, really special and especially rare.
Right. Yeah, and what I like about Ultimate Pima Cotton is that it's only grown by one farm in America. So, well, what's amazing is that like you can sometimes trace the cotton back to where it was made, like the country, but it's very rare that you can trace the cotton back to the farmer.
Right.
This is very unheard of, and it's just like you're only, as long as you're getting ultimate Pima cotton, you know that it came from
the one farm in New Mexico. It's like single origin coffee.
Right.
It came from a single farm, a single place. It's not like, they mixed all the cottons together from one region and they put it together. One farm, one place.
Going back to extra staple cotton, the benefit of extra staple cotton.
Extra long staple cotton.
That length, why is it better? It's because the long fiber makes the yarns very strong and very smooth. It's very soft and strong. So once you put that into a t-shirt, you make a t-shirt that is very long lasting. And
comfortable, durable, and then when you mix it in with the Tsuriami knitting, you've got a great, beautiful, natural stretch to it. The shape of the garment retains itself for much longer. So I think it's a beautiful pairing. Tsuriami knitting with the ultimate of premium cottons together. We've got the Tsuriami Ultimate Pima T-shirt.
Right.
Right.
And just going back to the spec of the fabric, so the weight of the fabric is 231 GSM.
Yeah.
That's about 6.8 ounce and per square yard. And that is a heavyweight.
Right. So it's basically like a typical heavyweight t-shirt. Right. So it's great if you want to wear it on its own or if you want to wear it maybe layered underneath something. So it works double duty for us. For us, we do the double heavyweight. That's a very, very beefy tee. This is a little bit more comfortable to wear maybe on a very, very hot summer day or much easier to wear when layered. It's got a beefy texture. It's very soft, but it's got this, dryness to it at the same time. One thing you'll also notice is that the black one feels a little bit different than the white one. And that's because the black one, the yarns were dyed, and during the dye process, the yarns absorbed a little bit more liquid, and that plumped up the yarns just slightly. So if you get both, you might find that the touch of them is just a little bit different, but over time, with wash and wear, maybe a couple washes, the white cotton one will start to feel a lot more like the black one.
Yeah, and the beauty of these t-shirts, personally, I think it's like the more you wear, the more you wash, you really see the quality. You might not feel it right away because you're not like a t-shirt connoisseur, but
maybe you are.
Maybe you are, but you might not.
Yeah.
But once you start to wear and compare with other t-shirts that you might have in the past, that's when you really feel the quality.
So. Yeah. When you wear it for a while and then, you put in the wash and then you wear maybe an older t-shirt, a t-shirt you had before, that's when you really start to feel the difference. You'll notice that the stretchiness of the fabric, you'll know the way it feels on the body. It's definitely the kind of t-shirt that you'll notice a little bit more after some long wear.
All right.
Okay. We've got a few more things to talk about.
Yeah, so the details of the t-shirt.
Yeah.
So we used the binder collar on the neckline. So this one is the rib material that is sandwiched. The main body fabric is sandwiched between the rib at the collar. That is that lasts longer, doesn't stretch out too much.
Yeah, so it'll last much longer. Yeah. We also, just a very, very small detail, on the hem of the sleeves and the hem of the shirt, you'll notice this blind stitch detail, just this vertical stitching going across the way. I thought it was really neat. I thought it added a little bit of a tailored, bespoke kind of look to the t-shirt. So if you're looking for little details, we've got that one in there as well. And then finally, you'll notice there are side seams on the t-shirt. And, we talked about it before, but, this is a circular knit fabric. But why is it that there are side seams?
Right. So in order to make a tubular bodied t-shirt, you have to make every single size that differently on a different machines. And Tsuriami machines, like I said, it's already a very limited machines, and it's just much smaller machines, so you can't go too big. And also it's made in Japan, so a lot of machines settings are not that big to begin with. So if we wanted to go with the tubular construction, it would have only
maybe up to a medium.
Right, exactly. So the other sizes, our bigger sizes would have had to have seams anyways.
Yeah.
So we decided to go with all the sizes with seams.
Yeah.
But we did use the flat seam Union Special machines to make the seams very flat and comfortable.
Right. So it'll feel like a circular knit garment with a very, very small side seam here that is very non-intrusive. And if we're going to have seams, we might as well have the flattest seams possible. Okay. Now, I think that's everything.
Oh, I think so.
I think so. Right. There was a lot in this video. But if we did forget something, let us know in the comments section below. If you have a question, we can answer you in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to follow us here on YouTube and follow us on Instagram. And if you want to, get the inside, behind the scenes sneak peek of what's going on at Wonderlooper, be sure to sign up for our email newsletter, and we'll give you some updates there as well. So that is the ultimate Pima Tsuriami t-shirt. We hope that you like it. And just one last thing. We're not sure if we're going to run this as a core product. So if you like it, get it. If you're watching this video in like 2 years and we still have it, obviously it's kind of become a core repeating product. But anyways, we'll see. And it'll all be kind of dependent on you guys and your reaction. So with that said, we'll wrap it up.
Right.
All right. See you guys in the next video. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.